Why can I see music if music is just noise, right? That's a question I have been battling for not that long because I barely ever battle it. I'm just kind of happy it happens. If I'm being brutally honest, I think it's because there's something wrong with me. But if there wasn't something wrong with me, then I think there's something wrong with everyone else because it's pretty cool. In this lonely world where everyone's using each other for their own gain, it's really cool to have my own little space in my head that makes artwork when I listen to music. It's really fun because if it's like a bassy sound, I'll see a bassy color. And then if it's a sharp sound, I'll see a sharper color. And it's really cool because in my bathroom, the way the tile walls are and stuff, it makes all the sounds sound very orange. All of the bass in the music and like just all of the music noise sounds boxy, but in a very good way. It resonates the room at an orange color. But then I have LED lights in my bathroom that are purple. So sonically, the room is resonating at this orange color when my music's playing, but then there's purple lights coming everywhere. And if you've seen purple next to orange, you already know that looks like a sunset. So being able to do that type of stuff is really cool because then it's like I can curate this type of experience to myself. Like, what if I'm like, I want to listen to orange music with, I mean, I guess it's kind of annoying. It annoys me when it can't change from orange. Like, it kind of annoys me when I don't want to think about orange, but I want to listen to music in the bathroom, but every single song I play in the bathroom makes it sound orange because of the way the bathroom is shaped. Then it makes me go like, what the freak? I wish it didn't sound orange. I wish there was a way to make it not sound so orange. Stop sounding so orange. I don't want to think of orange, bro. Please, just another day where I don't want to think of orange. One time I was at a concert and it was really cool because there was this one instrument that made like, it pierced through the crowd and made this noise that was like it was so like, it was in this perfect range where my ears were sensitive to it and it resonated the whole entire room, but it was an upper frequency. It was like green, it was like blue. It was shining through, bro, the whole entire stadium. And that was a beautiful experience for me because it's like I felt it. I saw it. I heard it. Everything. It's really cool telling stories through my music because I see it as colors. And I also picture emotions as colors as well. So it kind of goes hand in hand where it's like, if I want a song to be a certain emotion, I'm going to match it up with a certain color. So it becomes like a lot easier to curate where a song might go and to also lay it out against other songs. Like if I have a red feeling song next to a green feeling song, I know that this is a bit of a jump. Sometimes that jump is cool. Sometimes I put this jump there on purpose because I want it to have that dynamic. But most of the time, you don't want to do that. You want to have a gradient. You want to have the red song fade into the orange, that fades into the yellow. You know the jazz. You've seen a freaking rainbow before. So it's really fun to be able to cross-pollinate the different types of like crafts where you got emotions, colors, and sounds. And I'm able to just mix them all up into one big experience, you know? It's also really cool too because if I couldn't visually see sound, it would be so difficult to choose visuals for a music video, if that makes sense. If I took any one of my songs and I didn't hear a color with it, how the freak am I supposed to make a video? You want me to just like get a set going? Gang, I am left with endless choices. I'm not going to be able to choose one. But because I have a color associated with the song, it then gives me a narrower choice, right? There's not as many decisions to make, so it's a lot easier. One of my favorite ways to hear a song is to shut my eyes and picture it in a circle. So I'll picture myself in the middle of the circle, but then I'll see the circle around me of each color, and each color is also a different instrument, which means it has like a different shape to it too. Like if there's a steady noise that's in the middle, it might be like a yellow color that's like a steady ring that's just like all around me. But then if there's like if there's like some like cool little sound, I'll see that. It'll be like a green or a blue just kind of like pop up in there, like around the circle, but not be like the whole circle. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness, I realize how crazy I am trying to explain that. But it's like an orchestra. It's like when you see that conductor conducting all the instruments, it's like I see that in my head. I low-key think that it's because of making music though. Like it is really weird to picture a reality where I never made music, but I still experience music like this. Like that just seems odd. It doesn't seem like that can happen. It seems like it has to be one or the other. So I do assume that making music for so long and trying to visualize it ended up resulting in me visualizing it. Like that just makes sense. That'd be crazy if it was just a coincidence that the person obsessed with music is also just happens to be able to cross-pollinate senses with it. Like, I don't know. But it's really fun. Recently, I've also been trying to do smells. Like, I'll smell a certain thing and I'll be able to graph it in my head on where it would be compared to sounds. But then I'll take that and do my sound to color, and then I can also do color to emotion. So I can basically relate a smell to an emotion. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen like that. I do have to think about it. Like, I have to translate it through each thing. But the fact that I got it all mapped out is really, 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 really cool, and it helps me. Not to know how to plot. Every time I've tried to meditate while listening to music is the times I will see the music the most. So if you ever wanted to try seeing music, I would advise doing that. If your mind is so free from everything else, it's not thinking of stress and anxieties that normally weigh it down on a day-to-day basis. Instead, it can clear up and think about how, a sound might look. It sounds very odd, but you got a creative brain up on top of you. And if you don't think you do, you got a lot of learning to do, because you do. If you can look at a painting and think that it looks good and looks pretty and it makes you feel some certain way, that means you got something in you too. If you can hear a song and listen to it and be like, that's bad, but then listen to another song and be like, that's good. Dang, that's already creative. You're already doing a start right here. That's all a creative person does, is they make something and they look at it and go, what about this can I change? What about it makes me go cringe? And then what about it makes me go, I want more of that? And then it's just reshaping from there. You take the good parts and double them. You take the bad parts and try to cross them out. And then you're left with double good. And then you do it again. And then you're left with triple good. And then you do it again. You're left with quad good. Dodecahedron good. But yeah, I bet everything you could ever want is already on you. It's already in you, gang. It's right here. Anything materialistic you can't have, unfortunately. So sad. But if you wanted to see sound, gang, you can do that. Just try really hard. I unfortunately think that school and just normal day-to-day environmental society stuff has stripped this way of thinking out of our brains. I think if you took a normal child and raised them out of this environment, they could maybe savor this part of their brain that's able to see sound so vividly, tap into older memories so vividly. They're able to have this better grounded sense of what's really going on. That'd be my theory. Obviously, I'm not a freaking scientist. I've not tested it. But that would be my hypothesis. I do think the world that we live in today does not promote the type of thinking that allows for seeing sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything about today's world is so A to B, You have deadlines here, you have to cross them by then. It's always just so, like, you see the goal and you're after it. But how I've always been is, like, I kind of feel it out, which is a blessing, obviously. The fact that I can even do that is so cool. Because that's what I'm trying to say here, is that most people, they're not able to do that. They don't have the leisure time to figure that all out. They're forced right into it, and they're never able to have this creative type of outlook on things, which is so unfortunate. They're not able to see sound. Since the start, they've been shutting that all out, because that's what they've been told to do. That's what they've had to do. But I've been fortunate enough where I've been able to savor it almost and really cherish it, because I knew I had something good. I always knew. I always knew that this thing was precious, and it's something that other people don't have the same way I do. So I held on to it. And this is where it brought me, is make these psychotic videos. Anyways, that's how to music. If you want to see more videos like this one, subscribe. And if you like the video, more people get to see this one. So that means we can have more friends. But subscribe, please. I want to see you join, please. Oh my God, please. And then listen to Blakey on all platforms. Blake with a Y. Blake with a Y. Blake with a Y. All platforms. Music. Blakey. Stream it.